Welcome back to the WCS America Challenger League Qualifier. I'm Max Zav. I'm here with Sham2. We just finished up the In Control vs. Pig match where Pig took it down 2-0 pretty convincingly. But remember, it's best of 3 all the way through double elimination as well. So In Control's not quite out yet. You just got to take a little bit of the scenic route through the lower bracket.
Quite right. Now, the next match we have here is going to be Sage versus Puck. It's going to be a PvP starting off on Star Station. Pretty excited about this.
It's going to be a root versus root showdown. Protoss versus Protoss, root versus root, as near as you can get, except, of course, Sage is from Korea, Puck, from the Americas. And this is going to be a very, very exciting match. Puck is actually very, very underrated, I think. A lot of people kind of underrate her. She's got stellar PvP, really good timings as well.
Quite right. Now, spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner of Star Station, our blue Protoss player from Team Root, it is Puck. And spawning up here in the top right-hand corner, our red Protoss, also from Team Root. Man, we have double roots here. This is going to be Sage. So do you know your square root tables? Because I feel like this is going to be really important on this match.
Some of them. We'll see if the players start to quiz each other on those as the game goes on. Of course, the WCS America version of Star Station is cross-map only, so this is not going to be like Whirlwind where the players don't exactly know where each other starts. They're going to know that as soon as they know I've spawned at top right, the other guy or girl is going to be in the bottom left.
And that's a really important thing in PvP. You want to know exactly where your opponent is. If you have to start searching around, it can affect a couple of your strategies. But of course, that's going to open yourself up to a little bit more risky strategies as well, because you know exactly where your opponent is. You don't have to go take any chances of possibly having a 33% chance of where your opponent might be. And once you find him and figure out that what you were going to go for wasn't going to work anyway. So it looks like Puck is actually going to be a little bit wary, and he's going to go check out his natural before he's going to go head out and scout.
Definitely worried about those proxy gates. So, she's just being a little bit safe with her opening, scouting a little bit faster. Of course, that is going to hurt her economy just a tiny bit, but it's not going to be a significant difference. Sage going with the slightly later scout. In PvP, it's very important if you do want to scout to make sure you scout before your opponent's stalker or militia core gets out, so you don't just see that and see nothing else. But beyond that, the timing isn't always super important. In fact, a lot of players actually choose not to scout in PvP, saying, I'm confident my opening is going to be great against whatever they throw at me. I just want to maximize my economy.
And by getting that scout just, either not scouting or getting that scout out at around the 14 or 15 food supply count, you're going to get your gateway out a little bit quicker too. Which when you're in a mirror matchup, especially in PvP, and at least back in the old Wings of Liberty days when it was 4-gate versus 4-gate all the time, those gateway timings, having a couple of seconds on your opponent, are incredibly crucial. So here we have both of them with double gas.
Double gas, kind of the industry standard in PvP. Interesting enough, Puck's actually sending her probe outside of Sage's base a little bit earlier than necessary. That could mean she wants to proxy building somewhere, or it could just mean she wants to make sure there's absolutely no chance that probe dies to militia core, stalker, sentry, whatever Sage opens up with.
You got to try and keep your probes alive. Even though they're mechanical units, I'm sure they have feelings too. They're incredibly cute in Carbot's animation, so you don't want to kill off the cute things in your army. Even though Protoss is actually not one of the more disgusting armies. No,
definitely full of honorable and handsome units. The Protoss race is.
Yeah, I wonder what race you play.
I would never be biased.
Well, you can be biased all you want in this matchup. I think we're not going to have a problem here. Mothership Core coming out here from Sage, going to get a little bit of scouting information off, try and figure out what's going on inside his own base before he's going to even start worrying about the rest of the map.
I really like what Puck was doing there. She had her probe at the left watchtower, poked the stalker to check at the bottom watchtower, and that's really great if your opponent does, sends like a fast oracle to you. If you can get that advanced warning, it's so important. Not to mention proxy pylons often go along those passageways to help support a DT rush. Just very important to be aware of kind of your side of the map in PvP.
Quite right. Now here comes the first Oracle coming out here from Puck, so we're going to be seeing that nice little Oracle play. And if we take a look at Sage's base so far, I mean, he's only got about 2 Stalkers, a Sentry, and a Mothership Core. The Mothership Core is going to be pretty early out, so he's going to have a Photon Overcharge to at least ward off the first attack there. But it's going to be past that, whether or not we're going to see continual Oracle production out here from Puck, whether or not he's going to have enough energy to, keep these Oracles away.
You know, one thing I'm a little worried about for Puck is that going for the Stargate as well as the expansion is going to really leave her with a relatively small gateway army. And we see Sage going for a lot of Blink stalker pressure. 3 warp gates are up. Blink's halfway done, so when he crosses the map, he's going to be looking to put on a ton of pressure.
I mean, he could even lose his probes, and as long as he gets a huge enough army coming out here beforehand, he's actually going to be able to pressure Puck possibly into losing, because he's just going to have such a superior ground army, and those Oracles rely on energy. So if he spends all of his energy on trying to take out the mineral line and not on that army, the army is just going to be completely insurmountable for Puck to deal with.
It definitely will be. Oracle's coming in here now. Any probe she kills now is actually effectively less Stalkers being warped into attack. So this is an instrumental part of defense, even though it looks like she's attacking.
And it looks like 6 probes are going to go down here for the Oracle in its first bout. Now, it didn't use all of its energy. It did actually save it up. As soon as that aggression did come in, though, we see that Sage started pushing across the map. Now, is Puck going to be ready for this? She's got a couple of Stalkers already. She's got Photon Overcharge just about to be ready and about 2 energy. And she's actually hanging out inside her own main. She's going to just let that natural kind of be out there in the open.
I really like that decision. It's much more important to keep your army alive than your expansion, because if your army dies, your expansion is soon to follow. Oracle's back here in the main, getting more and more kills. You know, this is really taking a lot of teeth out of Sage's attack. I don't think he's going to have enough economy to blink in us. He's actually running all his Stalkers back, too.
He's only got 13 probes now after all of that aggression there from Puck, and actually Puck running the Zealot in there. Not actually sure if that was a great, if that was a decision or not. I want to be in the war room for that one. But I think he's just going to actually, or she's just going to try and get some information on how many probes were left after that Oracle died.
All she has to do is just hold up this attack and she wins the game. Photon Overcharge is ready to be cast. There's not too many Stalkers from Sage because so many probes are lost. He's going to have to back away. Mothership Core's going to give him high ground vision so he can blink into the main. He might try to force field the ramp, but blink in the main. He has 2 sentries.
Oh, he's trying to get close enough, but Puck is not letting that happen. Forcing those sentries away and not even worrying about the army inside the main. Actually just going to go try and take out the Mothership Core. The Mothership Core uses a recall, so now there's just nothing but Stalkers left.
Of course, the Stalkers in the main are clearing up Puck's army, but out the front, everything out there is being fended off. Puck's taking a good amount of damage, but as long as she stays alive, remember, 2 bases to 1 with a significant probe advantage as well.
And took out the proxy pylon as well, so there's no more warp-ins here for Sage. Sage just has to retreat, tail behind the legs, and that is going to be the situation out of all of the possibilities here that he does not want to have right now. And running the Stalkers in without an attack move, losing 2 more, and there's the quick GG, a very quick PvP right there.
Definitely, Sage realizing that he was down in economy, down in army size, down in expansions, down in tech, facing the person with a Robo, Stargate, Warp Gates, everything set up. Knew there was no way to continue that game. A really well put together game by Puck.
I was incredibly scared that Puck was just overcommitting to tech and was not going to be able to, have a ground army ready for Sage's forces, but Puck just kept all of the forces in the base until she had enough forces to deal with everything else, and that was just beautiful play there. I can't even comprehend that.
It really was. The timing of the Oracle was fast enough that it got across the map before Blink was in play, and that really, it just killed too many probes. Sage's Blink Stalker attack ideally would have been like 11, 12, 13 Stalkers, but instead it was only about 6, and 6 Stalkers, even with Blink, not enough to quite get damage done.
Not at all, especially with Photon Overcharges, Mothership Cores, and Immortals out for your opponent. That is just not enough. So guys, we're going to get into a commercial break. We'll be right back with game number 2 here, Puck versus Sage, Root Squared team battle. I'm Champ 2.
I'm Max. We'll see you guys in a minute.